Hello, everyone. Welcome to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at The Story of More, Chapter 3, How We Are. And this chapter is pretty much all about death and survival. And the author starts with just talking about infant death rate. 100 years ago, it was pretty common for babies to die. And I think they said, like, out of 6 children, the average amount of children that women had was about 6, and 2 of those would die. And so death in the family of a child was actually really, really common. But slowly over time, it's gotten better and better and better. Till now, it's about 1 in every 10,000 children die, which is pretty crazy. And I think that's the infant death rate. The child death rate before the age of 5, I think she said it's 1 in 25. But maybe for babies, it's 1 in 10,000. Can't remember exactly, but in any case, it's getting less and less and less. But also, if we look back 100 years ago, mothers died also. And I think, I can't remember exactly what she said, but like 1 in 10 or 1 in 5 mothers died while giving birth. But nowadays, maybe this is the one that is like 1 in 10,000 mothers die during giving birth. It's almost unheard of, mothers dying. Still children sometimes, but not mothers. And so mothers are living longer and are being safer. That ties into just life expectancy itself. People are living longer and longer and longer. She looks at when she was born in the 60s, the life expectant age was about 55 years. But now it's about 80 years. So humans are living longer and longer and longer. If we look at just the death rates of how people die, okay, we had wars, we had illness, we had all sorts of reasons for death 100 years ago. But nowadays, we don't have a lot of wars. And even the author compares, like, every year due to war, about 50,000 people die around the world. Okay, that's terrible. But she said I think she said 100,000 or more people that die due to homicide. Homicide is when someone kills another person that's not a soldier. And so we're killing ourselves more than we are in war. And so the death rate is getting less and less and less each year because we're living longer and longer and longer. And there's less reasons for us to die. In poor countries, they're dying more of illness. In rich countries, they're dying more of just their bodies breaking down. And that was kind of the last topic. The point is, we're living longer and we're not dying as much. Some vocabulary. Chromosome. A chromosome is that pair of DNA that has information for our bodies to grow. It's been a while since I've studied chemistry and biology, but I think there's 32 chromosomes, 31 maybe on males. But in the story, someone's son was born with like 33, and then that caused problems in their body, and they died. Sterile means clean, that there's no bacteria or bad things on that object, right? If you think a hospital, the knife is sterile. It's clean. We put something on it to kill all of the bad things that could be on that knife. Outlier. An outlier is someone that's kind of out from the group, that's different. And her father, I think the life expectancy for her father was like 55 or 75, but he lived to be like 90. So he was an outlier. He was kind of different than the normal group. And that could be behavior or just, in this case, it was just a circumstance, but usually it's meant for like behavior, someone that does things different than other people. Conventional just means normal. Perpetrate is to do. And this is usually has like a negative connotation. usually often in like crime, perpetrator, homicide, used in this word in legal sense of doing some action illegally against someone else. Not always, but it has that feeling behind it. So perpetrate, doing something oftentimes bad, sometimes in a legal manner. Prenatal means before birth. So the prenatal care that we have nowadays is so incredibly good that children are dying far less than they were before. Let's go ahead and look at a discussion question here. So this was a really hard one to think of discussion questions because I kept thinking about like death questions. There's a lot about death in this chapter, but I decided to flip it here. Okay, here's a positive way to think about it. How long do you think you will live? Oh man, there's so many different ways, things that you can think about this, but think about your own life, and you can even share, if you want, how you think you might pass away. Of course, please make your own discussion question. That is all the time that we have for today, but thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.